Hey YouTube, what's going on? John here, third proverb, ModernDeism. Hope you all doing well. Third time I'm trying to get this video done. I have a Bible study. Not I. There is a Bible study. It goes on in my house every Tuesday night. A couple people come over. People from my wife's church. She's still a Christian. Bible believing Christian. So I sit in once in a while. Most of the time. Throw some questions out there, etc. Anyway, they were doing something on 1 Corinthians 13, which many of you know is the love chapter. Love is patient, love is kind, etc. It's used in weddings and Valentine cards and all that stuff. So there was a test given. And the test was to put your name, instead of love, you put your name. So I would say John is patient, John is kind. And the test was to see how many of those things you fit in the category. So the point was to show you how much you fall short. And that without guard, that you cannot do these things. Now, I like that chapter. I like those verses. I believe it's a very descriptive. It's pretty accurate about what love is. Excuse me. Now, in 1 John, I think it's chapter 4, it says God is love. It also says in the New Testament that God is the same yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Now, one of those characteristics of love was that he's patient, that he keeps no record of wrongs, that there was something else I wanted to, I forgot what was the other thing, but read through that. And ask yourself, does all these descriptions of love and or God fit the God of the Old Testament? I dare say no. And I know some people say, well, this is why we need Jesus. So that, when Jesus died, for some strange reason, God was able to be more loving, more patient. Doesn't come down and wipe out all total nations and women and children and infants and stuff like he did in the Old Testament. And this is one of the inconsistencies I see in the Old Testament and New Testament. If God is the same all the time, never changes, then why is the characteristic, especially when it comes to love, different in the Old and in the New Testament? So I brought this up Tuesday, and it seems like, people they do this sidestep, this dance, and you don't really get, I wasn't getting a satisfactory answer. Let's say God was very patient, very long time before he punished them. Or this is why we need Jesus. This is what was the point of Jesus, and stuff like that. So, okay, that's my rant, my challenge, whatever you want to call it. And love to hear your responses. Now, as a deist that believes in God, that reveals his character through his creation, such as nature and human beings, I do believe that God is love. And I believe that love is more perfected than it can be in humans. Because the Creator is better than the creation. So I don't have a problem with God being love. Humans love. Humans can be all those attributes, not 100% all the time. God, I'm sure he can. He's God. And I'm sure he's a God of justice. I'm sure, just like humans, there's justice in us. There's a need to keep people accountable. And, if you screw up, I'm going to tell you, if you're going to kill somebody, you need to go to jail. I mean, I'm sure there is a part of justice in God. But don't tell me, God's all loving, merciful, and blah blah blah, and not look at the Old Testament and to tell me that God wasn't different. I personally think that Christians should just throw out the Old Testament, but that'd be pretty hard to do. Here's the other rant. Just came to my mind. Why is it that, many will say, well, we're not under the law, that was in the past, that was before Christ, but yet many different scriptures, they like to pick and choose scriptures from the Old Testament, the nice scriptures, of God promising you prosperity, and Psalms and stuff like that. And I feel there are some nice stuff in there, like I said, but picking and choosing and then not looking at the bad stuff and saying, well, that can't be God, but it's nice to pick the nicey stuff. So I don't know, that just doesn't fly. So okay, enough of my rant. Gotta go. Take care, YouTube. God bless you all. Have a great day.